Oppo of late has been pushing the boundaries of smartphone design, and that trend isn't stopping with the F9 Pro. It was just a few weeks ago that we saw the truly bezel-less Find X smartphone arrive. Guys, in this video I'm going to review Oppo F9 Pro, so let's get started. So guys, now let's talk about Oppo F9 Pro features. As far as the hardware goes, the F9 Pro has an Helio P60 chipset along with a 6GB of RAM and 64GB of internal storage. The storage can be expanded to 256GB using a micro SD card. The phone has the Android 8.1 Oreo on it with Oppo's ColorOS UI running on top. All the usual connectivity options are present, such as dual SIM 4G Volt SIM slot, Wi-Fi, dual band, Wi-Fi direct hotspot, Bluetooth, and also a 3.5mm headphone jack. This phone has a micro USB 2.0 OTG port, and the entire setup is powered by a 3500 mAh battery. Most importantly, the phone has a Oppo supercharging technology, which also seen in the Lamborghini edition Oppo Find X, and in other words, it can charge really fast, and we'll get into that in the battery section. So guys, let's talk about Oppo F9 Pro design. Just like the Oppo Find X before, the Oppo F9 has a commendable screen to body ratio of 90.8%. The F9 Pro does have a notch which the Find X did not have. However, the notch is so tiny that it barely seems to exist. It's a tiny drop on a very pleasing screen. The back of the phone is more mesmerizing than the front. The shimmering blue-black diamond design which shifts between the two colors at different angles, it is lovely to look at. At the bottom we see a 3.5mm headphone jack with a micro USB 2.0 port. On the left side of the phone is the volume rocker, and on the right side is the power button. Both the sides have blue and black color gradients as. Now guys, let's talk about Oppo F9 Pro Display. There's a small chin and a drop-like notch. The rest is just 6.3 inches of display. Apart from a slight issue of brightness, I don't think that I could have any complaints regarding the colors or the quality. I liked how the earpiece is just a slit on the top and how Oppo has managed to optimize the notch space for the earpiece speaker as well as the camera. The Essential phone has implemented the very same design, although the notch was more of an unslightly slit than an elegant. Now guys, let's talk about Oppo F9 Pro Camera. The F9 Pro houses a very good camera. It's 16MP plus 2MP setup and can take really great photos. They are colorful and bright. The camera has a slightly faulty exposure calibration mechanism, but I don't mind it that much. As a matter of fact, for those who are casual mobile photographers, this difference won't even be visible unless you're pointed out. The same is true for saturation levels in each photo. While the phone's rear camera have good dynamic range, they tend to make colors more vibrant than necessary. For example, plants may appear greener than they are, or the sky appears a deeper blue than it really is. As a reviewer, this bugs me, but in an insignificant minority. Yes, the colors are popped up and I don't think most people will care. They look nice and vibrant and are great for social media. There is also vivid mode feature in the camera app which will make the already saturated photos even more saturated and unrealistic. I highly recommend you to turn off that. Now guys, let's talk about Oppo F9 Pro battery. The 3000 mAh battery in the F9 Pro lasted me a full day, and by the end I still had about 10% battery left. I would have easily gotten up to 4 hours of screen on time, which is decent enough for large displays such as the F9 Pro. Also, the battery does not heat up during processor heavy tasks. However, when I run the standard PC Mark 2.0 battery test on the phone, it did not work. What is more impressive that the phone has fast charging technology which directly rivals OnePlus Dash charging technology. I did a small comparison between the OnePlus 6 and the Oppo F9 Pro by charging both phones from 25% to 75%. Oppo does not show a battery graph, so I had to install a third-party app on both devices to get a good representation. The F9 Pro and OnePlus 6 charge from 25 to 75% in 29 and 28 minutes respectively, which is quite. Now guys, let's talk about Oppo F9 Pro Performance. We'll check it by playing PUBG. This has completely disreputed the mid-range price segment, at least in terms of performance. In no way is the MediaTek Helio P60 powering the Oppo F9 Pro in any way a competitor to the most powerful chip in the Android world. The Helio P60 is the same chip that powers the Rs 9000 Realme 1.